Welcome, beloved brothers and sisters of planet Earth. I am Ashtar Sheran. Greetings, dear brothers and sisters of Earth. I am Ashtar, commander of the Galactic Light Forces, and I address you now with what I consider one of the most important updates to date regarding the unfolding revelation. In this sacred moment, I come to emphasize an important paradox. While the long-awaited external events of disclosure will certainly unfold, no external revelation can truly satisfy humanity. The true power and fulfillment lie within each of you, in the conscious embodiment of your soul and your unbreakable connection to the Source. Even as cosmic truths emerge around you, remember that the key to liberation has always been within you. The true revelation is the awakening of your inner light and your sovereign self. Without that, even the grandest announcements from the heavens will ring hollow. Take this seriously. The greatest revelation you can receive is the one that arises when you recognize the divine light within you. The era of seeking salvation through external technologies and official announcements is coming to an end. For generations, humanity looked outward for liberation, awaiting the next scientific breakthrough or governmental disclosure, hoping they would finally bring fulfillment or freedom. Now, as part of the divine plan, marvelous new tools are indeed arriving. Advanced healing devices and methods of transportation beyond your current imagination. Have you heard rumors of medical beds and light tables capable of regenerating the body and curing diseases in moments? Or of zero-energy ships that can take you anywhere in the world in the blink of an eye? For years, these ideas have floated in your collective consciousness. Now, they will move from rumor to reality. However, I tell you, beloved ones, these wonders are but external reflections of abilities already seated within your higher consciousness. What these technologies achieve externally, a human aligned with their soul can learn to do from within. When you attune deeply to your source, your cells can renew and heal, and your spirit can span great distances without any machine. So, do not fixate on technology as if it were your salvation. See it as a mirror showing you your own innate potential, waiting to be activated through spiritual alignment. Hints of this new era are already visible. In the United States, for example, independent communities guided by awakened leadership are quietly becoming sovereign testing grounds for these advancements. Some forward-thinking cities and regions are breaking free from old control systems to openly implement breakthroughs in energy, healing, and transportation. Imagine a city powered entirely by free energy devices or a community where public healing centers provide crystal light chambers and medical beds to all who need them. These developments are not distant fantasies. They are beginning in small, protected pockets led by those aligned with the light. However, the true measure of success for such projects will not be the technology itself but the consciousness of the people using it. Will humanity merely marvel at these wonders as external miracles? Or will they recognize that they reflect principles of energy and vibration that any awakened soul can tap into? The true test is not how quickly you adopt new devices, but how deeply you realize that the same universal laws behind them live within you. Every soul already has access to healing frequencies and creative power far beyond what conventional science recognizes. As these sovereign communities demonstrate what is possible when fear and limitation vanish, each individual will face the choice of using these new tools merely as a consumer, or awakening the inner mastery that makes such tools effective and benevolent. There is a reason why we in the Galactic Federation emphasize the primacy of spiritual maturity alongside technological progress. Your own history, both recorded and hidden, repeats a story that must serve as a warning. Civilizations that embraced high technology without equivalent spiritual growth ultimately fell. Many of you carry exclusive memories of Atlantis, a society that flourished with astonishing crystalline technology and interdimensional knowledge. Atlantis fell, sinking under the weight of its people's pride and misuse of power, because spiritual integrity lagged behind their innovations. The same pattern repeated in Lemuria and other lost cultures that reached the heavens but faltered when ego and greed infiltrated. Indeed, many of you incarnated now were present in those ancient times and carry the unique memory of those events. You return to this life with the purpose of ensuring that the lessons of those eras are remembered and heeded now at this critical juncture of Earth's evolution. The Galactic Federation has witnessed this cycle enough times to know that we must carefully guard the process of disclosure and the release of knowledge on Earth. We have vowed that this time, Earth will not be allowed to repeat those fatal mistakes of the past. This is why certain revelations and aids have been withheld until the collective consciousness is ready. It is not to deprive you but to protect you from dangers you may not foresee. If humanity were given all cosmic secrets and powerful tools at once with the current level of consciousness, the result could be chaotic or even catastrophic. Thus, the pace of external disclosure is predetermined. Ensure that as external knowledge and technology expand, your spiritual foundation, your adherence to principles of love, unity, and reverence for life, expands alongside them. When technology and consciousness rise together hand in hand, you create not a fallen Atlantis but a new golden age. Now, let me speak of the disclosure events looming on the near horizon. Even as I address you today, plans are being made for fundamental revelations that will mark key milestones in this development. Soon, you will see more frequent and undeniable spectacles in your skies, UAP encounters and clear appearances of our ships that even skeptics and the media cannot ignore. Your government and military officials are being pressured, both by our allies among them and by the inevitability of truth, to disclose what they have long hidden about extraterrestrial contact and advanced craft. Do not be surprised when official channels finally admit they possess craft not made by human hands or when whistleblowers verify that contact has already occurred behind closed doors. In parallel, controlled releases of healing technology are planned to begin. The much-discussed medical beds and other light-based healing chambers may be introduced discreetly at first through select medical programs or humanitarian projects. From our perspective, these are small precursor steps, trials to gauge public response and ensure safety. In essence, they are small steps in a carefully choreographed disclosure designed to gradually acclimate society. The Ashtar Command and our terrestrial allies coordinate these revelations to be as smooth as possible. We care less about dramatic effect and focus more on the awakening such revelations can spark. Each revelation, each leaked document or news story, aims to push the collective mind to question whether reality is far greater than you were led to believe. That spark of wonder and open-mindedness is the true purpose behind these upcoming events. Even as these external events unfold, I urge you to remain discerning and centered in your truth. The realm of information, mainstream news and social media, will become a chessboard of narratives as disclosure gains momentum. Not everything is as it seems on the surface. Understand that both the forces of light and the remnants of darkness will use information as a strategic tool. There is a saying that truth is often the first casualty in any war. Indeed, the revelation of cosmic truth on Earth has been a subtle war of perceptions. There are individuals within the human elite, often called white hats in your alternative media, working to introduce truths into public consciousness, sometimes using mainstream channels to counter lies with hints of reality. At the same time, the old cabal and dark forces manipulate media to distort narratives, either to dismiss emerging truths or to instill fear around them. Thus, disclosure in the media is a complex game of moves and countermoves. One day, you may see an official hint gently preparing the public for benevolent contact. The next day, a sudden sensationalist story might portray extraterrestrials as a threat to generate fear. For example, a narrative about an alien invasion could be a fabricated ploy by the Dark Ones to incite panic, while a quiet release of UFO files or a soft admission of life beyond Earth often signals a white hat strategy to acclimate humanity gradually and calmly. My advice remains the same. Do not seek the ultimate truth in headlines. Read the energy behind the news. Use your heart's intuition to discern between genuine progress and fabricated theater. Often, the true story lives between the lines or in what is not openly said. In this chess game of narratives, the light holds an advantage. Truth carries a vibration that can be felt by those who listen with the soul rather than the ego. If you cultivate a calm and sovereign mind, you will sense when a revelation is presented in good faith or when it is a distorted half-truth. The true revelations of this era are ultimately spiritual. The external drama is secondary. By remaining anchored in your own knowing, you become a steady beacon while others around you are tossed by the stormy waves of sensationalist information. No matter how the media acts, the real changes will manifest in ways that cannot be hidden. Indeed, the coming years of your linear time will bring breakthroughs so astonishing that even skeptics will be astounded. Mark my words. Within the next 2 or 3 years, humanity will experience technological advancements that will make your world seem transformed overnight. Transportation and energy are two realms ripe for such breakthroughs. Imagine anti-gravity vehicles gliding over your cities, rendering traditional air travel obsolete, or personal craft silently jumping between distant locations in minutes. Imagine compact devices that draw energy from the quantum vacuum, providing clean, limitless power to every home without the need for fuel or a centralized grid. These things have existed behind closed doors for a long time, and now the decision is being made to bring them into the light. People will say these advancements are light years ahead of what came before, and from a 3D perspective, it will truly feel like a quantum leap. But understand the cosmic principle at work. Consciousness governs technology. These advancements emerge only because the collective consciousness has risen to allow them. If they had been revealed decades earlier, they likely would have been suppressed or misused in the old paradigm of greed. The timing aligns now because enough people have awakened and prayed for a better way. The collective longing for sustainability and freedom has opened a vibrational door for these innovations to enter. Still, once they arrive, their positive impact will depend on humanity's mindset. If met with fear, greed, or attempts to monopolize, their blessing will be short-lived. If received with wisdom, shared freely, and developed for the good of all, they will mark the true beginning of a golden age. Prepare to be amazed by what emerges, but more importantly, prepare to receive these gifts with a mature heart. You, as a species, are being handed tools that can reshape your world. Whether that reshaping leads to utopia or turmoil depends not on the tools themselves, but on the consciousness of those who use them. In parallel to these advancements, you will witness the accelerated collapse of old 3D systems that no longer serve your highest good. This dismantling of outdated structures is not a catastrophe but a liberation. For example, the global financial system based on exploitation and debt is cracking, exposing the illusion that money must be controlled by a few at the expense of many. Radical changes in the economy are expected as old currencies and banking methods falter or transform, giving way to fair and transparent exchanges that honor the true value of every soul. Similarly, the profit-driven medical industry, which treats the body as a machine while ignoring the soul, will face a reckoning as its limitations become undeniable. As advanced healing technologies emerge and humans reclaim their innate ability to heal, the old, debilitating medical model will collapse or evolve into something holistic and new. Likewise, political and corporate systems based on domination and deception will not be spared. They too will fall, making space for leadership rooted in transparency and true service. This is all part of the dismantling of the old consciousness grid that kept humanity in a cycle of limitation. This time is up. Yet, with the end of the old comes great responsibility for those who are awake. This is your moment, awakened beings, to anchor higher timelines for Earth. As the third-dimensional timeline of fear and control collapses, a fifth-dimensional timeline of love, unity, and abundance is emerging, needing strong anchors. Human conduits are needed to call it forth and stabilize it. Every time you choose peace over panic, compassion over anger, and envision solutions that uplift all, you are anchoring that higher timeline into the collective field. Do not underestimate this task. Though it may seem intangible, you are building the bridge to a new reality. As old structures fall, awakened souls must step forward to build the new. Community resource exchanges, alternative healing centers, local bartering, and support networks. Every positive creation, no matter how small, becomes a factor in creating the new Earth. You are not merely witnessing history, you are actively shaping it. This is not so we descend and fix everything for you, but so you rise to your own emancipation with our guidance and support alongside you. Amid all these external changes, never forget that the most significant revelation is the one unfolding within your own heart. If there is one message I repeat, it is this: all true revelation begins from within. The revelations that matter most are not on your news channels. They are the ones dawning in your consciousness. So, I ask each of you, in what areas of your life are you still giving away your power, waiting for some external force to save or heal you? Are you waiting for a miracle cure or a medical bed to rejuvenate your body instead of exploring how your thoughts and emotions can heal you now? Are you waiting for officials to announce contact with other worlds instead of reaching out in meditation to connect directly with your stellar family? Are you waiting for a financial reset to bring abundance instead of tapping into your infinite creative potential to manifest what you need? Examine these questions with love. It is not wrong to accept external help. We are here to assist. But believing you need the external to thrive disempowers your soul. The paradox is that the moment you truly claim your sovereignty and act as the creator of your life, the universe responds with even more support. It is as if the cosmos says, "Now that you remember who you are, let me show you how magical life can become. But start with yourself." The veils lifting in the world are a reflection of the veils lifting from human consciousness. When you heal an inner fear or sense of unworthiness, you make it easier for another layer of collective illusion to dissolve. Conversely, if you cling to old inner patterns, even when new external opportunities arise, they may not satisfy you or may even go unnoticed. Embrace this moment as a time of inner revelation every day. Practice attuning to your own higher guidance. In doing so, you align with the wave of planetary awakening and add tremendous momentum to it. Dear ones, as you embody more of your soul, you will discover latent abilities that have always been your birthright. You are on the verge of remembering what the sages of old knew. Consciousness can transcend so-called physical laws. Fully aligning with your divine self allows you to influence your body and environment in ways science would deem impossible. One such ability is reverse aging. Your cells do not inherently know decay. They learn it from the collective belief in aging. Change that belief deeply enough, infuse your cells with the light of the soul, and regeneration will follow. Medical bed technologies can assist with this, but the purest rejuvenation comes from consciousness directing the energy of life force. Another latent ability is instant relocation. Intentional teleportation may seem like fiction, but enlightened beings have demonstrated it before on your planet, and some do so quietly even now. Throughout history, there are accounts of saints and masters who could bilocate, manifest objects from thin air, or heal with a touch, feats that seem miraculous only because the science of the soul is not yet understood by most. In time, what you now call paranormal will simply be normal. Cellular regeneration, energy healing, telepathy, deep empathy. These are not rare superpowers. They are natural to the fully embodied human soul. I share this not to indulge in fantasy, but to remind you of the vast horizon of your being. Every external wonder revealed, whether a healing device or a gravity-defying ship, is ultimately a prompt to explore your inner capabilities. Remember, healing is alignment, a return to the wholeness that has always been your true state. When you fully align with the source, disharmonies causing illness or conflict cannot sustain themselves. They either transform or dissolve. So, do not see yourselves as broken beings waiting to be fixed by technology or even by us, your stellar family. Instead, see yourselves as masters awakening, shedding illusion, and reclaiming the infinite toolkit you arrived with. Our role is not to transform you into something else, but to remind you of who you already are, holding the mirror of truth until you can see yourselves clearly again. Throughout this grand process, we, the Ashtar Command and the Galactic Federation, are watching and guiding from behind the scenes. Our fleets are stationed in your skies and beyond, monitoring Earth's pulse as vibrations rise. We are committed to making each threshold of awakening as smooth as cosmic law allows. We measure humanity's readiness not by time but by energy, your collective frequency, the light emanating from the human heart grid. Each wave of compassion, each unified meditation for peace, each individual lighting up with new understanding is noticed and factored into the timing of our interventions. We know many of you wonder, why not reveal yourselves openly now? As explained, the lessons of the past, the need for spiritual maturity, and the laws of free will play a role. The best way to accelerate open contact and greater support is for humanity to raise its vibration as a whole. When we see that destructive timelines have been avoided and a sufficient portion of humanity truly desires our presence in love, not in fear or worship, but as family, we will reveal ourselves more clearly. Meanwhile, countless operations continue to assist you silently. We have neutralized certain existential threats, preventing the misuse of nuclear and exotic weapons, and mitigated some natural disasters when higher law permits. We also inspire your innovators, seeding ideas of free energy and advanced healing into the minds of those receptive, often through dreams and sudden intuitions. All this is to say that we have not abandoned you and will not abandon you. Our role is one of stewardship and guidance without violating your chosen growth. Your world is on the cusp of graduating from a long cycle of duality, ready to ascend to a higher octave of unity and love. As wise teachers, we allow you space to apply what you've learned, intervening more tangibly only when truly necessary. That moment approaches with each rising wave of collective awakening. The more you demonstrate your willingness to live in unity and peace with one another, the more we will be seen joining you openly, and the more support we can provide to co-create a galactic society on Earth. In closing, I affirm that the era of revelation you have awaited has truly arrived. The long-prophesied disclosures about hidden technologies, our presence, and your own true history will continue to emerge at an ever-accelerating pace. But remember this above all: external revelation is imminent, but it will not make sense unless your inner alignment is strong. Do not let the flashes of external events distract you from the steady flame of inner awakening. Each of you is a guardian of that inner flame. You are not asked to be more. You are asked to remember what you already are. In the broadest sense, disclosure is not about ships in the sky or headlines in the news. It is about you rediscovering your divine nature as sovereign creators. Everything else is merely a supporting detail. As you take this truth to heart and live by it, you broadcast a signal far more powerful than any radio wave, a collective rising into spiritual adulthood. Know that the galactic councils await your conscious invitation. That invitation is not a written plea but a vibrational call expressed by millions of hearts harboring peace and welcome. When it resonates clearly in your world, we will respond openly and without hesitation in the divine moment decreed by the Source. The great reunion between Earth and the galactic community is drawing ever closer. When humanity is truly ready, it will unfold as naturally as dawn after a long night. Stand firm in your knowing. Shine your light without fear and trust that you are part of an incredible unfolding plan. We are with you always, celebrating every step you take toward remembrance. Move forward with courage and love, dear ones, for the dawn of a new era is before you, and it dawns first within you. Know that we watch over you with immense love and anticipation, ready to welcome you fully back into the cosmic family of light, where you have always belonged, are, and always will be cherished beyond measure. In warmth, if our message has touched you, subscribe and support us with a like to continue spreading light and love to more people. Thank you for being part of this community. A warm embrace from Ashtar.